I think you all see where this is going, right? You read the title, you know where we're going. We're gonna install a diesel heater into the garage. And I've actually had this on my mind since like October, when my feed started filling up with a lot of videos on these. So that kind of got me thinking, maybe they work, maybe they are efficient, maybe they're worth the investment. I'm having a hard time believing that this can actually compete with the LG heat pump over there. It's an air-to-air heat pump, pretty modern one. Let's go take a look at it. Normal input for one of these heat pumps is 700 watts. Normal mode, just keeping the air at the temperature you set it at, 700 watts. Maximum is 1800 watts, and then it will be pulling 8 amps of power. That's to kind of get it heated up. And it takes approximately, I would say, maybe a couple of hours to heat this room alone at full force up to 18 degrees from like 5 or 10. I try to keep a constant temperature in here of at least above 15, but normally I'm a comfortable guy. You know, I like to keep it at around 18. In the summers, around 20. But in the summertime, I don't really cool it off in here. I never really do that. I might use it sometime to dry the air. Let's say I've washed a car and I want to dry it fast. I can drive it in here and then kind of dry the air with it. That's why I got this weird hose right here. That should actually be on the outside, but yeah, that's another project I'm working on. Anyway, that's what we need to beat with the diesel pump. And I am having a hard time believing that's gonna be even remotely possible, but we're gonna find out. Anyway, this is what you get when you buy one of these from Vevor. You get the heater itself, obviously. This is the all-in-one package, which, you know, basically has everything in one package, as the name suggests. We have the fuel tank, we have the control unit, we have the pump itself, inlets, outlets, everything is kind of neatly organized, pretty easy to move around. You keep everything in one place. However, you can buy everything separately and kind of place it wherever you want to. If you don't want the all-in-one package, let's say you are installing this in a vehicle, I think that would be a better option. But this is what I want because I want to be able to move this thing around. I want to be able to, you know, remove it in the summer. There's no point in having it sitting outside in the summer, getting all rusted up and stuff. So this is nice. I can just disconnect it and carry it inside, put it up on the attic or whatever. Anyway, that's the unit right there. We got this hose right here that kind of, I don't know, I guess it should connect front here. Not really sure I'll be using that at all. We'll get to that later. We got a silencer, I think it is, for the exhaust. We also got the exhaust pipe. Now, take a good look at this. Okay, take a good look at this material right here. Look at that. See how flimsy that is? Like, that is so soft. You would not believe how soft that is. Not really sure what that's made of. Anyway, that's the exhaust pipe, and this is the inlet. So these will go underneath here. We have an inlet and an outlet. And we have fresh air coming in here, and then we have the heated air coming out here, like such. And we got it's not a filter because there's nothing in it, but I guess it's just to keep, you know, grass out of the intake and stuff. I believe that this will go on here and that will go on there. So anyway, that's the unit and kind of what you get with it. Now, I didn't only buy this unit just to heat the garage. That is the main purpose, I guess. Kind of as an auxiliary heater for the garage. When the electric prices are high, the future is a little bit uncertain right now. It's always good to have something that can generate heat with just the help of diesel and a 12-volt battery. So that's kind of the main reason I made this investment. It's always nice to be able to heat things, whether it's this garage, the house, the car, whatever. It's nice to have something that's just plug in and you can start heating things in case of emergency or something like that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how I would like this to kind of play out here. First of all, I want to move up to these pipes. So this is kind of more of a Swedish standard, if you will. This is 100 millimeters. This is 75 millimeters. So this isn't really I can't get ventilation pipes in this size. So I want to go as quickly as I can from this size to this size. So I tried to get an adapter between here, but I couldn't find any, not on short notice anyway. But they did send this thing with the kit. Yeah, you can just see how round that is. But they sent this with the kit. We're just gonna remove this grill here. Oop. We're just gonna use this piece, not that. Place that on there. Make that stick there. Just glue it on there or whatever. And then pipe, pump, beam, bada boom. Okay, so let's imagine we're outside right now. So this is the outside of the wall of the house. Then I'll have something like this. Obviously cut that off a little bit. And then I will have a 90-degree bend here, or maybe two 45-degree bends. We'll see, whatever. It will most likely be two 45-degree bends. It kind of depends on what I can get my hands on down at the hardware store. I want to make as smooth of a turn as possible, because in the manual they say this should be straight. But I think if we're going from 75 to 100, going through a small little bend, I don't think that's going to be any problems. Anyway, and then we'll drill a hole in the wall and we'll just send the air in there. And the hole is going to be made about right here. So we'll have one of these pipe ends coming out of here, and then we'll just have to, you know, put something like this. Well, I actually think I have something. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we'll use one of these. And this exact one, actually. We'll just have the pipe coming through the wall, and then we'll have that there. So that's all you're gonna see right there. And then you can kind of adjust this thing wherever you want the heat to go. This right here is a power unit to convert from 220 volts to 12 volts. It is 8.5 amperes, 12 volts. So hopefully, I think that's about 100 watts. And it says on here, it says 40 watts. So anyway, we'll see how that works out. I can probably, yeah, I can get some equipment to measure that, the amperage going to the pump. So that's the plan. Anyway, oh yeah, another very important thing when doing this whole build is that we can't have the air inlet in this dock position here. So we're gonna have to run a hose from here to the top here of the roof. So I wanna suck the air from high above, you know, so we get the hottest air we can from the room. We're gonna suck that into the pump. But we don't want outside air because the exhaust is gonna be on the outside. So that can be pretty dangerous. You don't want the carbon monoxide to kind of go out the exhaust and then being sucked into here again. So that could be dangerous. I have bought a carbon monoxide alarm, so I'm gonna be installing that right over there on the wall. So that's not gonna be an issue either. All right, guys, that's kind of the plan. We're also gonna be putting the display there. That's gonna be on the inside as well. Okay, so I want you to imagine, you know, you come in here and it's like 5 degrees or whatever, 10 degrees. It's pretty cold. You want to make a YouTube video. All you want to do is come over here, press on the display, turn it on. This thing fires up, just spews out heat. 8 kilowatts of it through this vent. And then you can just, you know, stand here, work on whatever, being hot. And that would be lovely. You could be putting this car creeper together that I got from my wife for Christmas. You know, you could be putting that together, and you could at the same time be blasted with like 104 degrees freaking height. You know, that would be great. Anyway, I'm gonna start putting this thing together during next week. So if you have any inputs, please share them in the comments and I'll consider it. Until next time, have a good one. Hi.